telling everybody I'm Akriti and I'm really thrilled to be your host today as we uncover some truly practical insights on health and nutrition. We are really fortunate to have you with us, Ambika. So let me tell everybody that Ammbika Setia is a renowned clinical and lifestyle nutritionist from Apollo Spectra Hospitals. With 7 years of experience, Ambika specializes in managing lifestyle diseases and mental health, along with supporting fertility and pregnancy through nutrition. Today, she'll be sharing her expert advice on how working women can harness the power of nutrition to enhance and boost both personal and professional lives. So, you may grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and get ready for some practical tips that could truly boost your health and well being. So, let's get started. Here comes my first question to you, Ambika. This is going to be regarding general nutrition. So, what nutrients or foods should working women focus on to stay energized and sharp during long work days?
Okay, first of all, hi everybody. As I think now you know who I am. Kriti has given quite a good introduction about me. So I don't think I should start with the introduction. I'll just hop on to your question. So since you've talked about a very good question, which is nutrients important. So majorly there are 5 basic nutrients that everybody should take care of, which are our vitamins, minerals, carbs, protein, fats. Everybody know about it. About almost nowadays, it's everywhere on the Instagram or social media. However, people are okay with their knowings and news. So I feel that a balanced meal is the most important part of your day, where you're supposed to eat proper amount of fats, carbs, and protein. People are usually running after only protein or low carb, which is not a good idea. So everything is important for your nutrient intake. Until unless you're not getting your efforts on the nutrition part, you're actually lacking in every way, be it your sleep, be it your energy levels, be it your day-to-day activities. Your even mood affects the kind of food that you eat. So I think the basic foods that you are supposed to, people are running from fats. In fact, you should know how to consume fats. They can actually do wonders to your health. So I think the basic nutrient are all of them, your vitamins, minerals, your carbs, protein, fats. It's just that you should know how to consume them.
Mm-hmm. So, Ambika, one of the biggest challenges that we as working women face today is of time. Can you recommend some, 15-minute recipes or quick preparation ideas that can fit well into our busy lives?
Okay, so this I've been giving it to everybody and they're loving it. One is one pot meals, make pulavs, make khichdi, add vegetables to it. If you're a non-vegetarian, add chicken to it. So the moment you put everything together, it becomes a pulao and very easy to make. And doesn't even, I mean, it tastes more better than a normal pulao or a biryani. Because for me, home cooked meals is any day over outside food. Not that I don't eat, but all I would say is one pot meals are your go-to recipes. Your chilas are the best bet. Like you soak your dals in the night and just blend it and make chilas out of it. It doesn't require time at all. I mean, these are like some very, very quick recipes that you can do.
I see. I mean, that can really save us so much time. I have already started to like this conversation. And also, are there some healthy and portable snack options as well that can be taken on the go with us while we are traveling or while we are going to our work?
Of course. So see, fruits and nuts, I think everybody knows they can carry. But over that, I would say chia pudding is something which is my favorite, and even my clients' favorite. They are always bragging about it. One is a very people who love coffee. They can do tiramisu chia pudding. That comes out amazing.
Mm.
And of course, you can do yogurts. You can do a lot of makhanas, homemade makhana, of course. You can flavor them as per your choice. You can do roasted chana. You can do maybe something called as, I don't know if people have heard about it. It's a banana oatmeal. So you can do that. A lot of options basically. You can do crackers made at home itself from ragi flour. I mean, these are something which are time consuming, but very quick options are your roasted chana, fruits, makhanas, chia pudding bowl, banana oatmeal, as I told you. All of that are very easy to do.
Okay. You also mentioned tiramisu pudding, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, so is coffee healthy? I mean, coffee lies in the definition of, I mean, somewhat
I know
unhealthy
it's very
because it contains
contradictory.
caffeine. So what do you think? I mean, what do you suggest?
Okay, so it's a very contradictory topic. But for me, I think just not coffee, but anything which is taken in moderation is absolutely okay. I personally follow the 80-20 rule because I am a Punjabi and I'm a foodie big time. So leaving
Mhm.
food is a nightmare to me, and I don't want anybody to leave their favorite foods. So balance is always the key. Do the 80-20 balance, where 80% you're eating perfectly healthy food and 20% you can cheat here and there. Of course, cheating doesn't mean you're eating every day out. 80-20
Hmm.
ये नहीं होता कि दिन में एक मील अच्छा खा लिया, दो मील बुरे खा लिए. No, it's like a weekly thing. So I think no, coffee is
Yeah.
not unhealthy as it's been
Hmm.
going. In fact, it's very good for your liver. It's just know that
Okay.
you should know how to consume it. So once per day is
Hmm.
absolutely perfect.
Great. Thank you for sharing the list of superfoods that we can carry in our purse and bags from now on. So, my next question basically holds a lot of importance. You might agree, Ambika, that working women often face high stress levels due to juggling between work and their personal lives. So, how can they use food basically to manage stress levels and maintain mental clarity during high pressure times?
Okay, so one thing which I personally believe a lot is good food, good mood. So a lot of people do the mistake of skipping on food, in fact, and there are a lot of people who stress eat. So people who are stress eating, for me, they are actually very okay compared to people who do not eat at the time of stress, because the moment you are eating food, your stress is coming down. So automatically, food is making you calm down. But on
Okay.
the other hand, I would not rely completely on food, especially
Mm-hmm.
some people who have a lot of stress, anxiety. They, even if you want, they cannot eat food, and that is very understandable because the process is like that. So it is called as gut is a second brain. So if you're having so much of anxiety, you cannot eat food. You just don't feel like eating food. So for them, we actually tell them to start meditating, which eventually helps you. So I would not depend purely on food because everybody is different. For me, when I'm quite stressed or I am very anxious, even I don't feel like eating food at times. So I would not want anybody to have this myth that, food can heal you and everything. Food can definitely heal you depending on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can't expect a patient sitting on a cancer bed healing through food. He cannot. We need to
Yeah.
be practical also.
So true.
So I think food at a greater level helps you. But so this has to be a consistency. You cannot expect, for example, you've been stressed for a week and one day of eating food by listening to me, you say, I'll be fine. That doesn't happen. So everything in life requires consistency and discipline. So it
Mm-hmm.
is similar with your food and your lifestyle changes.
Yeah. So, along with the food, basically lifestyle changes and especially meditation, you mentioned. I mean, meditation
In
can do
today's
wonders
world,
in maintaining
I
the
mean, yoga,
clarity.
your workout, you need to give yourself 1 hour where it is absolutely your thing. I mean, if you feel like reading a book, you feel like just lying down on the bed listening to music, absolutely okay. But 1 hour has to be yours. And
Yes.
it's 24 hours. There is nothing like you cannot take out 1 hour for yourself.
So, people generally consider yoga as just some body stretches and, but I think it is a level beyond that. Would you
No,
like to
people
share?
have been, yes, I'm so sorry to cut you, but yes, yoga has gone far, just body stretches and everything.
Yes.
Yoga has helped you conceive.
Hmm.
Yoga helps you normalize your period cycles. Yoga helps you with your varicose veins. So, yoga, I feel yoga has a lot more importance to what people are thinking to be as a very calm and, something which is not a heavy workout. So, there are forms of yoga nowadays, power yoga, aqua yoga, a lot of forms. But I would suggest to start slow because yoga actually affects your mental clarity.
Yeah. So,
So
thank you
I
so much.
am personally, I've done a lot, so I think yes, it really helps you.
Great. I mean, so glad to hear about yoga and meditation in so much clarity from you. And definitely, we all should make this a part of our lives, along with,
Absolutely.
considering and focusing just on foods. So I
Definitely. So it's a complete balance. You cannot purely depend on one thing. See, you
correct.
have to make sure that you're putting everything effort,
I
not
agree.
just in one direction. So
Hmm.
food, lifestyle, your yoga, your meditation, everything goes hand in hand.
Hmm. True, true. Thank you, Ambika. So my next question is more of a concern. So, we often see that women often skip meals in order to meet their daily obligations. I have seen almost every woman around me being concerned so much about everybody else except for themselves. So, I would like to ask you, what are some strategies to ensure adequate nutrient intake, even if a woman skips meal due to her busy schedule?
All right. So this has a lot of factors to it. It is just not that once you skip the meal and everything goes halfway. No. For example, if a person is skipping meal every day,
Hmm.
3 meals are mandatory for me. If you're skipping one meal every day, then it's a problem to me. But if you are thinking that one day, because of busy schedule, I've missed one meal, I can compensate it to tomorrow. That I would say is okay. But usually, skipping meals do not give you nutrition deficiencies. It has a lot of other things to play factor. What you can do is, for example, today you have a busy schedule, you're skipping one meal, you can balance it out during your breakfast or dinner or whatever meal you're skipping. So in another phase of your meals, you can balance it out. But
Okay.
skipping meals would not be my point of concern until
Hmm.
unless you're eating healthy all throughout.
Okay. Understood. Um, Okay, so my next question is that these days there are a million people on internet sharing knowledge and information on what is right and what is wrong. And so I would like to ask you, what are some specific diet trends or myths that we should be aware of and we should not fall in trap of basically?
Okay, this is something that I'm also fed up being a professional when I see normal influencers, beauty influencers giving you tips on nutrition.
Yeah,
I I mean, it's sometimes I go like, do you even have a degree to speak all of that?
correct.
But yeah, they are doing it, and you cannot stop anybody. But the most warning signs of the trends that are going on is intermittent fasting. I hate it to the core, especially for females of 20 till say around 40 years of age. If you have to conceive, you're still struggling to conceive, do not go on intermittent fasting. That's not a sustainable weight loss pattern.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I mean, intermittent fasting affects your whole hormones. And people
Okay.
think it's a very easy way of starving yourself and losing weight. It will not go on. You can do it for 1 month, 2 months. What after that? You'll
Mm.
again end up eating food and again gaining weight.
Oh, is
So
it?
I think this is one of the worst trends that I feel. I would not say it's not workable. It is, but it is not great for females that I would say. Males,
Mm.
of course, they can do it,
Mm.
provided they're not missing it out on their nutritional deficiencies. But this one, and second, which I hate the most, is crash diet, where these dietitians are putting them on their starving phases. I hate that. I don't know how come you're starving and then making sure you're losing weight. No, to me, this doesn't work well. These two are something I'm totally against on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, one thing that you asked us to avoid is intermittent fasting, and another one is crash diet, basically.
Crash
Correct?
diet, absolutely, absolutely. Do a sustainable weight loss if you have to. Crash
Mm.
diets will make you go nowhere. I mean, it'll just make you lose weight in 1 month for around 9, 10 kgs. And again, next month, you will not want to follow something which you're starving.
Okay, yeah, correct.
Okay, for example, Akriti, tell me what is your favorite food?
I mean, if we talk about home cooked food, that it can be basically rajma chawal.
Okay, and something from outside.
Let's say pizza.
Okay. How long do you think you can avoid pizza?
I mean, I think that also depends on phases. I have different phases. There are times when we have that craving every week. Sometimes we can avoid it for a month or maybe a few months. So I think that totally depends.
But after a few months, you'd want to eat when the phase comes of craving,
Yeah,
correct?
definitely.
What is the
Yeah.
point? What is the point of craving then? I mean, when you can actually cheat every week, Have
Hmm.
your cheat meals and lose weight. What is the point of you starving for 2 months and
Ah,
then ending up eating every day?
I see. I got your point now. Correct.
So balance is always the key.
Hmm. True. Yeah. Thank you so much. I mean, that was such a practical example that you just gave. And I'm sure everybody might have really got the gist of what you were trying to say right now.
Yeah, it's a very relatable thing, no? See, when you're starving to eat something, for example, if somebody tells me not to have cold coffee, I mean, I
Hmm.
can go about for 3, 4, 5 days. Eventually, when I want to eat, I will eat. I mean, I will have it in bulk. Then I'll have daily because I was stopped. It's not even just your balance, but it's your human mental uh, phases where if you're stopped to do something, you would want to do it more. So
Correct.
you're not
Whatever
supposed to
you,
stop
so
somebody
basically,
from eating food.
whatever you resist persists. I mean, it.
Absolutely.
Great, great. Thank you, Ambika. So, my next question is a bit interesting. I mean, being in corporate, we often have to go to office parties and team lunches. So, how can we make healthier choices being in a party and so that we also do not feel left out and awkward being in a group?
Okay, so this is one question which I answered earlier, but I'm going to give you more practical examples to it.
Yeah.
I get asked a lot at my workplaces that are you even a nutritionist? Whenever we are seeing you're eating something, you're having something non-healthy only. That's not the case. So, for example, tonight I have a party to go. What
Mm-hmm.
I would do is I would make sure that all the day I'm eating healthy and a little less on carbs so that I can maintain my calorie intake and carb intake during the night. I am not feeling left out. I would make healthier choices for sure. I would not go for something fried or I would choose tandoori items. I would go for soups. I if
Mm-hmm.
even if I have to take a drink, I would limit it to one drink.
Mm-hmm.
I would not go bonkers over the drink just because it's a
Correct.
party. So
Yeah.
this is the kind of balanced and portion control system that you're supposed to follow. Not that if I love spring rolls, I will not have it. I will have it, but I'll stick it to one. I will not just have the only starters portion is of spring rolls. So I can obviously choose wisely what I have to eat. And again, you
Mm-hmm.
don't have to starve, you don't have to feel left out. You can have it absolutely. मतलब max to max ये हो जाएगा कि सुबह उठ के you will have a kg of weight gain. That is all the water and salt retention. It is not the weight gain. So it's absolutely normal to have it. Just
Mm-hmm.
try and portion control it. For example, I go to a party and I take a round and I feel starters are something which are more fascinating to me compared to main course. I would actually eat only the starters and skip the main course.
Okay.
That is one way of portion control.
Mm-hmm.
Other way around, main course is good. You can eat main course and you can skip starters.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing what you can do is you think desserts are more fascinating to you. You can altogetherly portion control your starters and main course and have your dessert as the main meal.
I see. I see. So there are two, three key points that I could get from whatever you said. First thing is to take care of your nutrients basically throughout the day because you know that you have to go to a party tonight. And second one is that you can have whatever you want in moderation or stick to particular courses like just main course or basically starters. You can just choose what fascinates you more and stick to that and consume that in moderation or limitation. Correct?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Great, great. Thank you. So my final question basically to you would be, can you provide examples of small dietary changes, very small dietary changes so that, we do not have to put so much of effort into transitioning our daily food habits, but small changes that can be shown that have shown to significantly improve productivity and moods at work.
Okay. Fat first is something I always give to everybody, and they have shown remarkable changes to it. So, fat first is basically you eating a source of fat early in the morning when you wake up.
Okay.
So it could be your soaked almonds, it could be your walnuts, it could be your coconut chunks, it could be coconut water with malai, it
Okay.
could be your olives, it could be your organic A2 ghee, 1 spoon of it, it could be your mixed seeds. So
Mhm.
these are the form of good fats which you can start your day with. So for example, I wake up in the morning, I take a glass of water or any concoction that suits me. If some of my client has a lot of acidity issue, I put them on a herbal concoction that will soothe their acidity all throughout the day, along with a source of fat, whichever they like.
Okay.
So there is no uh, force that this is the fat that you're supposed to eat. No, it's totally your choice. This is one dietary change that you can do. Uh, I don't know. I mean, if the people who are listening to me, all of them are of fertility stage or maybe not married, if your cycles are irregular, girls, start doing seed cycling. It has done wonders to everybody. It actually works. So, seed cycling basically helps you balance all your hormones depending on the phase of your cycle.
Can
So,
you
this is
elaborate
one
more
dietary.
on, Ambika, can you elaborate more on what is seed cycling?
Okay, so basically, seed cycling is consuming particular form of seeds in a
Okay.
on your cycle phases. So, first day one of your period to do day 14 of your period is your menstruation and follicular phase. Day
Mm-hmm.
15 to day 30, basically, whenever your periods next come, those are your ovulatory and luteal phase.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the first phase of the cycle, your estrogen is quite high. In the second, progesterone is high. So, we need to put foods according to these hormones so that they
Okay.
can do their work better for the body.
Hmm. Understood.
So, your flax seeds and pumpkin seeds are to be taken during the first phase, 1 spoon each early in the morning. Raw form, just if you can eat it, perfect. If you can't, like I cannot eat flax seeds, I'd rather make a powder and gulp it with water.
Is it okay to
That's
take these
one way.
seeds? Sorry to interrupt. Is it okay to take these seeds in summers as well?
Absolutely. There's no
Okay.
problem.
Okay. Because
Yep.
because I have heard that some of the seeds are, hot in their nature and to be consumed only during the winters.
No, so that's again person to person. Few people
Mhm.
do not react to sesame seeds very nicely, and some people they really don't have a problem. So we balance things out for them. For example, if they're having sesame seeds in the morning, if they really need seed cycling, then
Mhm.
the whole day we do not give them any hot potency foods.
Okay. Got it. Got it. So,
So again,
Mhm.
it's all about balancing your food, balancing your meals, balancing your plate, your nutrition deficiencies. Everything has to be balanced out.
And also, I'm sure it must depend on the nature of the person as well. What is the levels of Vat, Pitta, and Kaph as we talk about? What is,
Absolutely.
yeah. Correct, correct.
Correct. You seem to have quite a knowledge about Ayurveda.
Somewhat, I would say. Okay, great. So you know what, Ambika? My questions are not yet over. And it seems like it just started. But in the regard of time, I mean, we will have to keep it short. And
I know.
I thank you so much for these wonderful tips and insights. I'm sure our listeners are living with plenty of practical advice to boost their well-being. So thank you once again for joining in, Ambika, and sharing your insights. And to everyone else joining in, I hope you found today's conversation as informative and useful as I did. Take care of yourselves and keep striving for balance in your busy lives. Until next time, stay well and empowered. Bye, everyone. Bye, Ambika.
Thank you. Bye.